Hello boys and girls, Lord Hawkeye here again. This is a little quick response to a poster on my previous video by the name of Peter Miller, who had a question for me. This was a question that Stefan Molyneux had replied to in his video, Questions for Free Market Moralists Answered. He wasn't terribly satisfied with Stefan's answer to the fourth one, where Stefan basically said it was a silly question, and it was, I will grant. But if pressed and you gotta give an answer, here's what I would probably say to it. Now, the part of the article in question went as follows. It was question 4, which said, "Are people under no obligation to do anything they don't freely want to do or freely commit themselves to doing?" And she says, "If you say yes, then you think the only moral requirement are the ones we freely bring on ourselves, say by making promises or contracts. Suppose I'm walking to the library and I see a man drowning in the river. I decide that the pleasure I would get from saving his life would not exceed the cost of getting wet and the delay. So I walk on. Since I made no contract with the man, I am under no obligation to save him." Now, this reminds me of that quote by a wise man once said, where he said, "If you ask the wrong question, the answers don't matter." And this very much is the wrong question. What she's really asking here, the question she should be asking is it ever morally right to compel someone, by force if necessary, to do something because you feel it is morally right for them to do it? In other words, okay, now I think the average person would save someone in danger. It's kind of psychotic not to. But now, let's say there is somebody who totally would just walk on by and not care. Alright. I really fail to see how statism is I don't see how therefore statism is the answer here. For one simple reason. Okay, say someone walks by a drowning man and doesn't care about saving him. So you propose going up, pointing a gun to him, and demanding that he go and save him. To that I say, how exactly does that make you the good guy here? I mean, if nothing else, it begs the question, if you care so much about him, why don't you go save him yourself? Because pulling out the gun and pointing at him and making him do it kind of makes you a bit of a fair weather hero, in my opinion, I have to say. Don't you think so? So yeah, and the question, of course, is there a huge plague of people who would refuse to save people unless they were compelled to? Well, think about that. If some politician ran on the promise that he was going to get rid of the fire department and pass all the savings on to the taxpayer, is everyone going to vote him in because they don't give a shit about helping people? Preposterous. Really quite preposterous. So there's no evidence to suggest that the majority of people won't help someone in danger like that. And even if there were, government is not an answer to it anyway. So I really think this person who made this question is worrying about nothing, and even if her concerns had merit, government wouldn't be the answer anyway, so it's kind of a fail no matter which way you toss it. Well, that's my answer to the question, and I hope you found it helpful. Until next time, be aware and be wise.